make sure you click on the subscribe button and make sure you turn on the notification bell icon, because I'll be dropping a lot of videos on how to achieve something like this, and a lot of artworks on my channel. Alright guys, let's get started. This is the app we'll be using. So if you don't have the app, you can download it on Google Play Store. The name, can you see the name? Autodesk Sketch Book. You can download it, and I may leave a link on the description below where you can download the one I have, the version I have. So let's go into the book. Let me cancel this and let's start from afresh. So you click this plus. This is my previous work. So you click this plus. There is a plus here, so you click it. You click plus. Can you see new sketch, new from image, new from camera, scan sketches? So if you click on this new sketch, it's going to give us a plain sheet where there will be no picture, there will be no anything. But the advantages that this new sketch brings is that it gives you the ability to know the kind of layer that you have, because we'll be dealing with layers in this work. So if you are working, you'll be creating new layers. So imagine you have been working, and you get to a point, the layers finished, you are not able to create another layer. So it's going to be a serious case, and you don't know how to do it down to start afresh again. So you don't want to experience that, because it's going to cost you a lot, because you will have been working, and you realize that the layers has finished. So this 3000 times 4000 is the pixel, the resolution of your picture. So if you are using this 720 times 150 1506, that is the resolution of the screen, of my screen. So the quality will reduce and you will have 202 layers. But if you use 3000 and 4000, you will get 18. If you use 720 times 1506, you will get 202. Can you now see? So you can just click on this custom. You may check the resolution of the picture you want to use, so you can get some clue on how to do it. So, and you click on this custom and you edit it. And give, if you edit it now, you may say 1 2 times 12880. So it's going to give you 142 layers. You have access to 142 layers. So if you click OK, it's going to give us, can you see, it's a clean sheet. So let me start from this bottom. If you can see it very well, there is a button here. There's a button here. Can you see the button? So this button, if you click on it, it's going to bring all these things. So I will explain it one by one. This is copy. I think it's copy and paste. If you want to copy something from a layer, so you click on copy. I think it's copy or clear. Let me try it. I think it's copy or clear. This one is the fit screen. I will try this one. You're going to see it. Fit screen. So if you are working, maybe let me show you something. Let us be doing it. You are working like this, and maybe you have increased it and you want the screen to be fixed. So if you click on that small button and you click this, it's going to give you your screen back. It's going to put it to fit the screen. I hope you understand that. So let's move on. This is undo. Maybe you are doing something, you want to bring it back, you made a mistake, you want to bring it back, and this second one is redo. So the one that you have done, you want to bring it back. That's the work of the two. That's the work of the two. And this one, maybe you have used a brush and you want to bring the brush back. You have changed the brush, so you want to bring the brush back. You click on this, it will give you another brush. And this one is transparent. If you are using a brush and you want that brush to serve as a transparent brush, you will click on this. It's going to give you a transparent. I will still explain everything as we go on. So this one is color picker. You want to pick any color around any cloth. It's going to give you, if you click on this, it's going to bring something and it's going to pick the color. So this one is the last color. Maybe you used a color, you want to bring that color back. Click on this, and this is flip. You're going to flip your picture. Is it horizontally now or vertically? It's going to flip it. So let's try all these things and see how it works. So let's change the color, because we're going to, before trying the first, we're going to change the color. So this is the color now, and we want to go back to the previous color. No, brush rather. Sorry, this one is brush. So maybe you pick this. You know, we were here before. We were on this eraser before, and we picked this pencil. So let's go back and try this. It's going to give us the eraser that we picked earlier. So if you want this eraser, normally this eraser will give us a transparent stop, but we want to, let me pick another brush that is not transparent. So I'll still talk about how to increase all this. I'll talk about it. So you draw on the layer, and you want to erase it. You click on this transparent color. If you don't want to use eraser actually, so you can use it to clean it. So as we are on this layer, we have background. Can you see background? We have background. This layer is empty layer. There's nothing on it. That is the reason why you have the background like this. There's nothing on it. So that means if you want to start drawing, you draw on empty. You draw on empty sheets. As you are seeing it, like it looks like white. It is not white. It is empty sheet. Nothing is there. Like this. Can you see now? It is background that shows white. Can you see now? So this layer now, can you see what is now on it? This is exactly what is now on the layer. So if you want to create another layer, then you click here. You click this plus, and another layer will come. So let's click. Can you see another layer? So you can draw on another layer, maybe with another color again. So if you off it now, you can see that that one is off. It's back. You off this, it's back, off, and it's back. And you can also lock your layer for being, maybe so that a mistake will not happen. So you can lock it here. Can you see lock? So if you click on it now, if someone want to draw on it, it will not draw. Can you see that it doesn't draw? The layer has been locked. So if I on it and draw, can you see that I can draw on it? So that is that pattern. Let me delete the layer, and let's continue with what we are doing. So the second is color picker. So you pick the color. Can you see the color picker? So that's picked this color. Let's talk about that. We are on white, so we want to pick the color. And you see the color now. That's picked the color. The color is here. So this one is the last color. I think what last color is white. Can you see now? So this one, the last one is flip. Can you see that flipped canvas? Has flipped it. Has flipped it to the other side. So then we have our undo. Can you see what we have been doing? And we have our redo. Undo and the redo. Can you see? So that's that about that. And I think I talked about this one. I think it's clear. Let me clear it. Let me use it so that you can see. It is clear, yes. So whatsoever is on the layer that you click, if you click on this part, can you see? You click on this, let me show it so that when you click on this, whatsoever that is on that layer will be cleared off. So let me click on this our layer and click on it. So clear. You see that everything has disappeared. Everything has disappeared. So that is that about this surface. If you click on this little button, so another thing I will be showing you in this after clicking this little button is our brush. So the one down is called, the one down is the color, and the one up is the brush. So we have brushes. I will show you the brushes and all of that. So let's click on the color and let's dive into it. So can you see this? So if you want to use any style, can you see that is the 4 that we have? You can use any style. You can click on any one, you can make use of it. So the transparent that we talked about earlier is also here. Can you see that has given us a transparent color? So the color picker that we talked about also is also here. So and we have copy. You might not have this copy on your own if you downloaded the one on Play Store, but the version I'm using has Copic. Copic has been removed from Autodesk. They have another advanced stuff that I am not familiar with because I've been using this app for a while. So that's that about the color. And if you want to, you may want to change the color like this. You have saturation. You drag it up and down. Let me show you so that you can see. If you drag it here, the saturation will increase. I will still talk about the saturation. Saturation will increase if you drag it here. If you drag it here, the saturation will reduce. And we also have luminance. If you drag it down, the luminance will increase. If you drag it up, the luminance will increase. If you drag it up, if you drag it down, the luminance will increase. Can you see that has changed to black? If you drag it up, it will change back to 100%, which is white. So you can use that to change the color to your desire sometimes. And if you talk about brush, let me click on brush too. I can show you some things. These are the brushes that makes our work. This is where the work lies, guys. So this is what makes our work beautiful. As time goes on, I will be releasing tutorial on how to use all these brushes. It is not all these brushes that I use, but the essential one I will release tutorial on how to use it as with design. It depends on what you want to do that will call for the kind of brush that you use, and you can set all this brush. You decided to maybe you like one brush here and you want to bring it close, you can bring it here. Can you see? You can bring it, you can set it, because all these brushes, they are not originally here. You may be looking at your own and you may not see all these brushes in legacy. Can you see? I brought it there because of the easy use, so that I can be able to use it easily. That's just that about that. So all these brushes, they have settings. This one settings is different from this. This is different from this. Can you see? This one have advanced settings because this one has a lot of features and it makes our work look very good. This one too has a lot of settings. Can you see? So the each brush has different settings. So the basic settings there is that if we click on this pencil brush, because we used to use that pencil brush very well. So we have the hardness or size, and we have the opacity. So the opacity is the sharpness of the pencil, the sharpness of the color of the pencil, and this size is how big the pencil is. So let's try that. I will teach you how to increase it without coming to these settings. So if you drag it to the right, it will increase. If you drag it to the left, it will decrease. So let's try that. Can you see that the hardness is showing on top and is increasing? the hardness is increasing. So this is it. Let me change the color and draw it for you to see. Can you see now? So if you reduce it, can you see now? Can even reduce it to, can you see? Can you see? So that is how to change the hardness. Well, if you want to change the opacity, you drag it up or down. So let me increase the brush, and you see the difference between. Can you see the difference between what I was drawing before? Can you see that the sharpness of the pencil has reduced when I reduce the opacity? But if you increase the opacity up again, it's going to give us the 100% percentage of the pencil. It depends on what you want to do per time. So that's that about brushes. I will be talking about that later. So that's that about all this surface. Then let's move to this first. I should talk about this at the last page, but let me just talk about it now. So you may want to go to another new sketch from here. So it's going to take you to another new sketch, the way we started, and let's leave that. And if you want to save your work, this is where you will come to. This is where you come to. You want to save your work, and this is preferences. That means settings. You want to. This one also is talking about the gallery. We want to save the gallery and all of that. So let's click on this preferences so that I can tell you some things. You can change the settings of this clear. Can you see what I explained earlier? Let me show you what I explained earlier. This redo, can you see undo and redo, and the clear layer and the frame canvas that will bring it back. So there is a lot of features. You want to all these settings, all this. If you place your three finger, you can do redo without even bringing that. Can you see? If you place your three finger on your screen like this, place your three finger automatically, and you drag it to the left, it will undo. You drag it to the right, it will redo. And the color wheel, if you drag it up, it will bring the color wheel. If you drag it down, it's going to bring the brush library, that all the brushes have. So that's another stuff. But when you start, it's going to give you quick talk. So it will teach you some things or brushes. If I reset my brushes now, all my default settings is going to flush away. So I don't want to do that. If you are having issue with your brush and all of that, you can do that. If you lost a brush, you can do that. Rotate canvas. So all this, there is a place if you want to. I think it's not there anymore. So you can just walk up to this, and there's nothing special about it. So that's just that about that. So the second one, there's a lot of works lies here to the second icon. So I will explain it. As I'm explaining it, I will be doing it. I will not explain and go back and do it again. So selection is used to select text or objects. I use it to select text or objects. I used it to do a lot of things. And let me just explain it. Let's go into it and explain it. So it is just that. Let me explain the first brush. The first two also is the selection tool. The others are just for settings. So the first thing you do that is select how you want to select your work. So this rectangle is just, can you see, you will notice some black and white ring. So if you have been editing on maybe Photoshop before, you will understand this very well. Can you see I use the rectangle to select. But this lasso tools, you will see how lasso tools is doing. Can you see how this one is doing? So it depends on what you want to achieve that will make you to select a particular wall, a particular selection tool. So the reason why you are seeing that this thing is merging together is the fact that this place is, I have clicked this plus. If I only click this place, it will just be joining together. It will be creating another one. Can you see? It will be creating another one. But if it is this one, it will be minusing it. Can you see? Instead of it to be joining together, it was giving me minus. It was minusing it for what I did earlier. So that is that about that. And let me explain the last. This is magic wand. Magic wand is going to help you to select what you click on automatically, and it selects based on the basis of this tolerance. Based on this tolerance, like if I draw a circle now, let me draw. Let me clear this so that I have. No, let me clear it. Let me click on this layer. And oh, I have selected the place. So let me just leave it like this. That's good. Let me leave it like this. That's another thing that you should know about this. You can select it and you can color it. I will be releasing a lot of videos on how to achieve this, because all these things is what you'll be doing if you want to achieve a good and a nice cartoon picture on your smartphone. You'll be doing all this. So I will explain in my subsequent videos as time goes on. We'll be working on pictures and not all of that. So let me cancel it first. So we have two layers now. We have this, so we want to use the magic wand. The magic wand will help us to select with ease. So if you click on magic wand like this, can you see where it's selected? That means we click on this layer and this layer is already off. So we click back here and we select again. Can you see that automatically, without selecting, without drawing, it has selected some areas for us. It may not select all if it is not definite like that. It may not select all, but it's going to select some parts for you. It's going to select it magically without you drawing. Just place your hand on it, and if you increase the tolerance, it may select everything on this screen. Just click. And if you use, can you see? I think can you see now that the way it captured it before has changed. Can you see? That is the work of this tolerance, and this place is talking about sample all the layer. So if you want it to pick the layer that you are working on, the exact layer that you are working on, you make it like this. You make it one layer like this. But if you want it to pick or to be working on all the layers that you have on this work, like all this layer, so you click on this sample all layer, and it's going to work on everything that is visible that you want like this. It will work on it. So that's that about the magic one. So that about tolerance, it will give you the ability to give you the ability to spread its shade on what to select. And this one I have explained it earlier. This one will be selecting, it will be giving you new stuff. But if you click on this, it will be adding to it. And if you click on the dot, it will be giving you minus. And if you click on this, it will be, can you see that it will be shifting it to give you, it will move it. Maybe you want to move it, and this, it will change it to another background. So you move it. So that's that about that. And this third is called selection inverted. How will I explain this? Okay, let me explain it. it will give you the ability to select the outer area. Yes, the outer area, these places. It will not select, it will invert the selection. Instead of it to be working on this circle that was created, it will be working outside the circle. So let me redo it. Let me undo it. Sorry. Like now, let me do it so that I can understand it better. Let me create another layer like it, and let me color it. Can you see that it is giving me color inside alone? So let us click on inverted. Let us invert it. Can you see that all these places are now selected outside? These places, they are selected. And so let me try and color it like this. You see places that will be colored. Let me create another layer. Can you see now? Can you see that it is outside that is giving it color? Can you see that when I off the inner one, the color is not showing inside at all? It's just the outside that the color is showing. That means we have inverted the selection. The selection is not working on what we selected again. It's working outside of what we selected. So that's that about that. As time goes on, you understand everything, and we want to cancel it. You click on this and the selection is cancelled. So let's move to the second, which is the brush. You don't need to waste our time on this again. We've explained it. This is color, we've explained it, and this is layer. So let's continue about layers. So layers is good, and this is what our work is going to be based on. So we are going to be working on layer. Layer is like a empty paper that you want to draw on. So you can, the way I've been working with layers now, you can see. Let me off it for you to see, to have the beauty of what layer is all about. So without having any layer, that means there is no layer again. I have off the 4 layers that we have, and this is the background. The background also, you can call it a layer because it's a layer on its own. Yes, it's a layer. So this is the plain sheet, the empty paper without no layer, with no layer. So let me hone the layer one by one. Can you see the first layer, second layer, the third layer, and the fourth layer? So if I off the second one, I will be able to see only the first layer without the background. Can you see now? So let me on the background. So I believe you understand what is called layer now. And if you click on this, it's going to be giving you a new sheet. That's plus. It will give you a new sheet. Can you see new sheet, new sheet, new sheet? So you can work as much as possible. If you have selected a place whereby you have selected a good what is it called now? If you have selected when we select that sketch, that new sketch, when we select it, if you have selected good one, you are going to have access to 142 layers in this work that we are doing. You know, this is what we selected. So if it is this, you have 202 layers. The more your layers, the more your work is heavy. Yes, that's it. So let's move on. So on the same layer that we are working on, there are things that you should know on each layer, like features, and all of that. So if you click on any layer, this is the first click, the layer has been selected. Before you can work on any layer, you will select it. So the second click is going to bring settings. So the first click is going to select it, the second click is going to bring options like this. So let's dive into all these options. So this first one, copy, is going to copy everything on the layer. It's going to copy everything on the layer, and you can paste it. I think it's select also. I don't usually use it rather. I don't usually use it. So this one is cut. Cut means, delete, and you have the ability to paste. And this is paste. After you have copied, you have to paste. So and this is duplicate. You want to make it two. You want to make the same layer two. Maybe there's something you want to use it for. You duplicate it, is going to become two. And this one is clear, the one that we showed at the right corner here earlier. So it will clear everything. This one is merge. You want to merge two layers together. Let me tell you how that works. So merge is like this. If you click on this, you are on this layer, black layer. If you click on merge, it will merge these two layers together, the one at down and the one at up. It will merge it together. So if you want to merge this layer, we want to merge this layer and this layer together. That means it's either you bring this one down, you move it down, or you move this one up. Then you click on the top and you click on merge. So this information is on the hidden layer will be lost. That means our layer is hidden. This layer that we want to merge together is hidden. So we have to on it. You have to on it. It's already off. So you click on it again and merge. So the two layer is merged together now. So don't make that mistake. If you want to merge, you put it under or you put it above and you click on the one above, then you merge it. So merge all means it will merge everything. So it will be lost. Cancel. Let me on it. On everything and merge all. So everything has been merged. And that we have only one layer, no two layer again. Only one layer that has been merged. So let me back it. I don't want to merge it all. So let's continue with our work. We have explained merge, then delete. You don't want a particular layer again, you delete it. You want to lock layer. I have explained that nothing will be able to be, you will not be able to work on it anymore if you lock it. If you write anything on it, it will not. If you design it on it, it will not show. So that is lock, and you can achieve that if you click here or you click on this padlock. You see that the layer is locked. Can you see? Transparency locked. So that's it. Lock. Layer locked. Can you see? So you unlock it. That thing is different. Lock. This lock is different from this lock. This lock is transparent lock, and this one is lock. Unlock this layer. If you do transparent only, all these things will not be locked. All these things, it will not be locked. But if you lock it here, everything here will be locked. Can you see now? Either you unlock it or you merge it, or none of that. So that's that. And this HSL adjustment is like you want to change the color like saturation. This one is brightness, lightness, saturation, and hue. Now you to change color and you reset it, it will come back to normal position. And this that about that, you click again. And this is color balance. This one also is used to change things, highlight, shadow, used to change color of maybe pictures. You want to get another color, so you work on this and it's going to change. Let me import a picture to illustrate that. Alright, like now, if you want to, I think I have not talked about, I think it's only import. It's only selection that I talked about here. Oh, I will come back to that. So I'll come back to that. So let me click on this and click on this color. Can you see now? Can you see the essence of it? So you click on done and you click on this also. This one also is but very sharp. Can you see? Very sharp with its own color. Can you see? So can you see? That's done to, and that is the work of those. That is the work of color balance, opacity. You want to reduce the opacity of the work. Blending mode. This blending mode is one of the major thing also. But as time goes on, you understand blending mode, multiply, linear dodge, how it works, soft light, soft glow. When we are dealing with our color scheme, I will explain that very well. So let's move on. And we have the color. I don't really use this color label, just put it on now and we go. So I think that's that about that. So let me go back to this too, and just transform. Transform is like you want to reshape a text. If you are working on Autodesk, you want to reshape it, you do not reshape until you click on this transform. So this transform now, if you want to reshape it, you put your double hands, as you can see on your screen, put your double hands and you reshape. So the second one is another transform here, is merge. Can you see? Can use this to do this, and the third one is that you want to move it like this. You want to move it, you want to flip. The third one you want to flip. Can you see? Horizontally, vertically, and all of that. This one you want to rotate, like, can you see you want to rotate it. So then you click OK. Your work is done. So that's that about that. And we have field. This field also, let me delete all these layers. Don't let me delete this one, let me just off it. Let me delete all this. So we have another layer. So field. So when I want to explain field, let me delete this. Can you see now? So let me explain field. I want to fill now. I want to fill this place. If I click on the circle, it's going to fill. I see that it has filled. So it depends on what you want to fill. If you want to fill a solid color, that is the first point. If you want to fill a linear filling, so can you see now? If the linear filling is going to give you the kind of a color you want. I don't know how to change this now. So I think if you want to change it, you click on this color. So you click on this. You click on this too. And can you see now? If you still want another place to, so that's that about that. And this one is radial filling. Can you see? So you click on it to change whatever you want to change. If you need another color, you click on it like this, and you change the color. And this is the tolerance again. I explained it when we were doing the selection. This one also will give you the ability to select very well. It depends on what you want to select. So that's that about that. As time goes on, you understand everything. This one is guides, and you see that there is a ruler. If you want to, it will guide your design. You click on the ruler, it will guide your design. So I want to yes. So I want to change the perspective of the ruler. So you double tap on it, and you see that this is a straight line. So you want to draw something like that. So this one is guides that will guide your design. So we still have another one, which is this curve. So you change it the way you like, and change it. You may change the brush, or you change the perspective or the transformation of your work, so that you can achieve what you want to achieve. So can you see now? You can use it to do a lot of things. So the third one is circle. I think that's all. So that's all. That's the three that we have. Circle. And it will give you a perfect circle. It depends on what you want. If this is the kind of a circle that you want, it will give you that kind of a circle. I want to move it. So that's guides. So and these guides, okay, that's another thing. So cement, I don't used to use all this cement. So you click on it. Let me reduce my brush so that you can see. You can use it for design. I'm just clicking my hand on it, nothing more. I'm not the one that is drawing it, but this is the symmetry, or what is it called now, is the one that is doing it. Depends on what you click. So let me delete it so that you can be able to see it well. I'm deleting it so that you can be able to see it well. So this one, okay. So this one, can you see? I'm just putting my hand on it. I'm not doing anything. You understand? So you click on it like this. So that's how that one works. I don't used to use it. Draw, if you want to draw anything to draw, it depends on what you click to bring down to draw. So rectangle to draw rectangle for you. To draw rectangle for you, to draw circle for you, to draw straight line for you. So it depends on what you want. So this predictive stroke works like a magic actually. So like if you want to draw something and your hand is not straight, this predictive stroke will make it straight. Like you do like this, and you see that it is somehow straight like this. Can you see? So if you increase the level to like 5, it may change to straight line. Can you see? It may change it to a straight line. Can you see that? Now, if you change it to straight line, so if you draw a circle and the circle is not good enough, it will help you change it. Can you see? So it makes your work more neat. So that's predictive stroke. And import, I think I have done imports. I want to import anything, any image, any PNG, none of that. So perspective guides. I don't used to use this too, but it is used to draw. I don't know how to use it, so you can get more knowledge about that. Perspective guide, it will guide your design. Something like this. So I don't know how to use it. So text, maybe you want to bring a text. Font is not, I don't really use this. Don't change the color. I want to change the perspective and all of that we did, and click OK, and then I think that's done. This time lapse is like you are recording what you are doing, so it will be recording for some minutes, for some seconds rather. So it's going to record it and it's going to stop. So So you can click on stop. It will stop. So when you see, let me discard it. I don't need that. Let me discard it. So I think that's all that you need to know, all these features of. Okay, let me show you this. This one is full screen. Maybe you are working, you don't want anything to distract you, all of that. So it will give you full screen. It will give you full screen. So that's that about that. Then you save your work. You can either put your double finger and drag it close till it disappears. Your work is saved. Or you save it. You save it by clicking on there and click on save to device, and it's going to save. So thanks for watching. See you on the other side. Make sure you click on the subscribe button and make sure you turn on the notification bell icon, because I'll be dropping a lot of videos on how to achieve something like this, and a lot of artworks on my channel. God bless you.